But I wish her nothing but the best.
Sure.
She's gonna be back. She's gonna be back stronger and harder. She's a cancer like me. And us cancers.
That's right.
Yeah, us cancers. We are resilient. We are strong. We plot and we plan our next move and how strong we're gonna come back. This is harder and better than the last time. And she's doing that. She's doing that. She's plotting, she's planning, and she's saying I'll come back just as bigger and better. And when she comes out, she's gonna come out like boom. And you're gonna be like, oh.
Yeah. You'll be forced to react. And I agree with you. And you know something is that Wendy's not she's not a babbler about what she's gonna do. She's a doer.
She's a doer. Yeah.
She's a doer. So that's why a lot of times I'm like, I'll tell you how she's doing. Just give you an idea health wise.
Hey, Danny.
It's already written. She'll be back and strong and right there and everything like that. Louise, this is my buddy Senor Frost.
Hey, Louise.
Put my cash up there. How are you?
Very much into pop culture. Very much into the know.
Yeah, they asked me to come on to the this guy asked me, I guess Wendy William's brother asked me to. I got an email asking me to come on now. They're acting a little different, so I don't really know the stream markers, caption mode. Okay. I don't know what they want me to do as far as come on here. But let me see.
Yeah. Good stuff. So I also have some others coming in on the channel. I had a friend of mine, Crystal, from Jersey. She was actually one of Wendy's first interns.
Really?
Radio, and so I dug her up, and I wanted her to come on and talk about Hey, Nate, you want to come on?
Baby ain't gonna be in here long because baby gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna be up here long, that's for sure. Why is all this extra stuff that's up here? I'm not gonna be up here long, that's for sure. Hey, Gilbert. Hey, Donna. I'm not gonna be up here long because I'm tired.
Yeah, it's a nice fettuccine Alfredo night.
Can y'all see me?
My God. And I know it looks good. I know
got a few things going on.
Oh my God. Really good.
Hey, January. What's up? I don't know what's going on. They seem to be having this whole. Can y'all hear them have this conversation? They're having this full-blown conversation.
Homemade Alfredo sauce.
Now, I told you before they're trying to get me to come on here. Child.
Good, hearty.
I don't know this person.
Yeah, that's what I told you.
But baby not going to be in here long.
That's what really
that's for sure.
Is that,
I'm not going to be in here long.
He chose to live, stay there and, he's taking care of himself. Everybody stops fast and stuff, but when I'm vacationing or I'm eating like now, I'm like.
Now I don't know what's actually happening here.
But, what are you eating, Dad? What's going on?
Right.
But I just want to swing past and drop something.
I'm supposed to be talking with him, I guess. Did he answer me up here?
Right. I definitely. My mother used to throw down in the kitchen.
Right.
And from that to TV dinner, I'm like, I don't want to see that. That's
now.
There's no reason for that. But he looks to me too. Jeez, really.
Wow.
The thing with me is, Raven gonna be on. Like I'm not gonna be up here all night with this. Because.
Oh man, we're getting that too. I have to remember
I'm not gonna be up here all day with this.
And I guess that's right.
Hey, Tamara Haynes.
But
yeah, I got it hooked up. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Happy present. How are you? You know, there's like a quick.
He said he's supposed to be, okay, this is the thing. He's supposed to be having a conversation. This is the thing. They hit me up. They was like some girl hit me up and she was like, let me just read it to y'all.
Thank you. Yeah,
she says to me,
actually wait there.
Oh, yeah?
she said to me, "Hey, honey, I hope as well. I would like you to be on the LGBTQ with Tommy show. If you're interested, please let me know. Email him," which I did. And she said, "Just look up his name, Tommy." And it said, the thing is supposed to be about join tonight. They're having a discussion about at 9 o'clock with Frost, with Serial Frost, who's a transgender disabled advocate. Now, I don't really know who Frost and stuff is, but I'm here, so I don't really know what's happening.
No, I thought I sent it earlier. Let me get in here and send it to you.
But you know,
I don't know what happened. I did make about waves of some links and thought I got you on first one, but I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I sent it to you just now on the back way. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll put one in the link too, in the front. Okay.
Okay. Hopefully y'all can see this. I'm posting right on my channel.
So,
you dyed your hair? All right. I just washed mine. I don't like washing the braids, but I washed it and it shrunk.
Wig Fair is...
It's shrunk.
Wig Fair has beautiful things for the home. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is all about, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
I love Wig Fair.
I'll be there click them all. I'm finito. I'm going. I ain't got time for it. Girl, I was trying to do honey blonde. Okay. Child, I got this hair done. This is the old hair.
This is not a promotion for Wig Fair.
But
I do a check. Let me just make that clear.
I'm just like,
he knows this stuff, right?
I'm hungry and I'm tired. I am very sleepy. I woke up at well, somebody else woke me up at 10 o'clock. Then I only went back to sleep and then I got up early again today. I've been running around so much. I am exhausted. I am tired. So
yeah, Louise said she was looking on their website the other night. You have to check out their stuff. I
don't know what's going on with this show, whatever they're doing here, but they're just,
you look at their stuff.
I'm just waiting for this to take place.
You're gonna become this interior decorator. You're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna get Nita like upset. Like
it's 20. Let me give y'all the link so y'all can see it yourself. This is a link right here. That's link. So in case you want to find where I'm going, I'm supposed to be talking to, but I don't know. That's the link right there.
We have Senior Frost on here.
That's who we. Oh, that's Senior Frost. Oh. So this is Senior Frost.
And so Sparkle comes on. Sparkle's actually is our informant on the club scene out there in Hempstead.
So Senior Frost is a transgender advocate.
Clubs and stuff, lets us know what's going on. Our fashionista.
He's an advocate.
And a good.
Okay, that's somebody else.
Fashion.
I see you rocking the canary yellow, right?
Yeah. Fashion bug bit her twice. Always.
What's that on your neck? I can't see. What's that on your neck?
The teeth of the fashion bug.
Nice. All right. Okay. Feeling
it.
All right.
Go ahead, Sparkle.
You gotta work. Okay.
You're into a broadcast, decent light helps. You look amazing.
Do it all.
Into the studio. I'm in here, y'all.
Town hall, every something.
Hey, Elizabeth, how are you?
Yes, Tommy, how are you?
Elizabeth, how are you?
It's Raven over.
Raven over. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yes. I'm a, huh? New York.
Oh, you're in New York? Yeah. Oh, okay, how you doing? Where you at? Everybody's in New York. We got oh, you're in New York? No sparkle. Okay. Everybody's in New York.
Hey, Rivers. How are you, Sparker? Hi, Jessel. Did you send me this link?
Bring it over?
Yes. I just say New York. I you know.
So you're on, yeah.
No, I have stalkers, real stalkers. Mm-mm. I love you too, Sparkle.
I know how it is. I guess you know you're on for the first time. The golden girl, not what I guess Sparkle, you something about right here. I know how it is. I guess you know you're on for the first time. I guess Sparkle, she's one of my I don't know where you're gonna go.
I'm getting a lot of feedback. Like I'm getting everybody talking at the same time. So I don't know.
Does anybody have earphones?
No, everybody's talking at the same time.
Does anybody have earphones? Or do you have any other devices on right now?
No, I'm saying I hear all y'all talking at the same time.
Do you have any other devices on right now?
No.
Okay. Well, let's see what's going on now.
There we go.
Okay. So, well, here we are. What's going on now? She's very quiet, but she is here. Everybody starts off. Okay, cool. Well, here we are. Think about this whole thing. Very quiet, and now she's here. Everybody starts off. Are things back to normal, or things still weird and normal? What do you think about this whole pandemic and everything? How things looking out your way? Now, I hear my word back to normal, or things still. So does everybody have their? Now I hear my word being chased down. So does everybody okay. And I'm not hearing words anymore. Testing one. Not hearing the word. Okay. I'm not hearing words. Yes. How about? Well, you are not hearing. Hey, stop. How about? Does anybody have your iPhone? Well, you have your phone, Sparkle. Hey, Sparkle. Those are the word, right? Cool. Let's see what happens. Now, beneath his butt. Let's see what happens. Yeah, 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 it's testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing. Yeah, I'm hearing it. Testing. Yeah, it's focus. Wait. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. You know what? Testing. Raven over.
Yes.
Yeah, headphones, earbuds.
Got earplugs, but let me see if I can.
Testing. You know what?
How about now? Is it better? I can hear you, but what's up, Sparkle? Just trying to survive. Just trying to survive. It's a lot going on. So, so, to, um, so, so I thought this is the thing. I thought we supposed to be talking about transgender advocates and stuff. Um, yeah, I can hear you. No, it's not. It's not that. It's just that I'm hearing a lot of feedback, and I keep hearing people talk. Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking. Yeah, this the thing. I hear Sparkle. I hear somebody else. Everybody talking in my ear. So it's like I don't talk because it's like I'm hearing a lot of people talking. I mean, it sounds the same. It sounds the same. Oh, it's fine, but you know, I hear when everybody's talking at the same time, it's kind of like hard for me to speak. And I just let everybody talk until they get what they got to say out. This, okay, you want to know what's the difference between biological and two-spirit women? What she's saying is that cis means that they were born, they match up with their sign as far as their anatomy. When it comes to two-spirit women, which I don't identify as a trans woman, but every girl identifies differently. I don't identify as a transgender woman because trans just mean I'm a man and a woman. But everybody sees everything differently, and the way I move is that I believe that we're spiritual beings. And I believe the government put a stamp on it. And basically, when they sit out there, you're outing yourself. I mean, discrimination, stopping your growth and house, and so many different things. It's kind of like I'm going to out you, have you out yourself to start discrimination within yourself. So when you tell people this, they stop and they shadow like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. And what you're doing is you're stopping your money, you're stopping your growth. Now, when it comes down to biological women, they call us cisgender women. That means she aligned up and with her gender as far as her birth, so she feels exactly lined the way she feels. When it's a man, he's lined up with cisgender means that he's lined up exactly the way that he feels within his birth. Now, when it comes down to two-spirit women, they're two spirits inside of one body, obviously, and that's the reason why they have a struggle sometimes with their gender because what they're looking at and what they feel inside is two different ways. And when it comes down to these things, as far as the government giving you a stamp, the transgender means I'm a man and a woman. Because once you say transgender, all they hear is you a man. They don't hear nothing else. When you are a trans man, would you say that it's still confusing because they're thinking, oh, you must be transitioning to become a woman because you're a man, but he's actually was born biological female, but he transitioned into a man. That means he's lining up his brain with his body. Now, when it comes down to a lot of things, when it comes to girls, which I don't know if you ever visit my channel, there are a lot of girls that have been murdered. And basically, what I do is my channel is dedicated to the girls being murdered and trying to get the guys captured and let more awareness of what's going on with the girls being murdered. Now, when a lot of times people feel as though the girls are tricking the men, they don't let the men know. And a lot of times people don't realize that the DL life is bigger than the LGBTQ. Also, what's even more sad that's lined up with is that um, it's not set in stone. Like there are a lot of biological. It's a delay. The thing is that when it comes to the girls being murdered, now we know that, and nobody's perfect, nothing is set in stone. But when it comes down to the girls being murdered, Okay. So a lot of times when it comes to girls being murdered, everybody believes that the girls are tricking the men. A lot of times the men are sexually fantasized and sexually attracted to the girls. You can't you can't stop who you're attracted to. The problem is that people shame people for whom they're attracted to and try to make them feel bad of whom they're attracted to. So if he goes out and he shares who's attracted to, he gets bullied, he gets shamed, he get made fun of, push, a whole discrimination that he has to experience that he never experienced before, which make a man hide. Because one thing you have to realize when it comes to this world, people are gonna do what they want to do. They're not gonna do what you say do. They're gonna do what they want to do. Now, when it comes down to a lot of girls being murdered, it could go all across the board. We're dealing with real people with their real feelings, with different backgrounds and stories. Now, the thing is, when it comes down to the girls, most time, not all, a man will hit her up. He'll tell her, "I want to be with you. I'm different than other guys. I like girls like you." And most time, not all, but it's always a trick. Then once she believed that maybe she could finally have a man, she about to move on with her life. She does what he says do because it's an old saying: "What one woman won't, another woman will." So I tell her that she could trust him, and then once she trusts him and she started doing things sexually with him, he's all of a sudden having a problem with his activity with this girl. But remind you, he told her that he wanted to be with her because he had no problem with her. So he pursued her, got her guard down, tried to make her fall in love with him, and it's all a trick. Then it's the ride home. Once he goes home, he's thinking of everything he did. Now he having problem with what he just did. Now he's looking at every biological female, every woman walking down the street. He's saying to himself, "Is that one? Is that one?" His mind is going all the way to 10. Then he goes around his friends. His friends will make comments and jokes. Now, remind you, he can't share with his friends that he been with a girl like that because he knows what's going to happen. He knows the ridicule. So he keeps it inside. Now he goes home. He can't realize what he's done. Now he's starting to question his sexuality. Why did I do this? Why did I do that? And what happens is it's triggers. He starts having triggers. Then she calls him up to see if he's okay. Because in her mind, she's thinking she about to have a relationship with a full-blown man in a relationship because he's in his truth, because they had no problem, but he's sending her the voicemail. Now she can't understand what's going on. So then she hit him up again, and the dog's like, "Oh, he'll play his role." Then he'll basically, let her know it's okay. He'll try to find a cisgender woman that has sex with her because he's trying to redeem himself to find out if he's gay because he's having struggle with his sexuality. So now he goes to biological female. He has sex with her, and then he said, "Oh, I'm not gay." Now remind you, he told the girl he see her as a woman and as a woman, but when he leaves her, his mind, once he sees her body naked, he's not keeping that same energy that he did. Now he's with the biological female, but he can't get the two-spirit woman out of his brain. Then he hits her back up again, but he's no longer hitting up in the open. He's knocking like little on the door, running, and a whole bunch of different ways he's acting, which is different. Then he has sex with her again, and she's like trying to console him to try to find out, I'm gonna work with you. What's going on with you? Why do you feel this way? So then now she has sympathy, empathy, because she understands what he's going through, because she's been through that too. She lets him back in and stuff like that. He started doing more experimental things with her. Now he's starting to find out, he's starting to like it now. Now he's liking it. He's doing everything from A to Z. And now he feels this way. He's like, whoa. So now he's going home again. Now he's starting to feel funny about himself because now he likes it. Now he can't understand why he likes it. Now all of a sudden, she's the enemy because if she didn't look that way, he wouldn't have did it. If she didn't do this to him, now all of a sudden, in his mind, he's been molested. So now he's like, "Oh, I've been molested because I feel like you shouldn't have did that to me. Why did you do this to me?" Now remind you, he told her they had no problem with her, but now all of a sudden, he's the victim and she's the perpetrator. Now he hits her up. He wants to go see her. This time it's gonna be different. He's telling her to look really beautiful and really pretty. She gets up there. She's setting herself up really nice. Everything is set up. He's coming to kill her. Then he kill her. And then after he kill her, he leaves out the house. And then all of a sudden the cops go through the cell phone surveillance and they go and find him. Guess what the first thing he says? He says to the police, she tricked me. I didn't know what she was. She lied to me. Now you can't ask her because she's already dead. And this society will say, oh, that's what they get. They be tricking these men. They be tricking these men, which is not true. I'm not saying it's 100% true because nothing's 100%. But my thing is this: when it comes down to the DL life is bigger than the LGBTQ, and for some reason, people thinking that people in the LGBTQ whatever is having sex with each other. No, the down low people are having sex with the LGBT. The reason why y'all don't know it is because they're gonna create a facade. They have to say things in front of y'all because they don't want y'all to know. Oh, I can't stand them. I make fun of them. Or they get away from me. He has to throw you off their scent. But in the meantime, he's in the bed with them. And unfortunately, a lot of men can't stand up in their truth as well as females. Because the females are DL too. There are a lot of biological females that are DL messing around with the girls and the trans men. And a lot of them messing around. It's not just the men that all, but we don't speak on the women because there are a lot of women who have struggles with their sexuality and they have no one to really talk about it with. But a lot of times they can't deal with it because they got families with the Christian background, the Bible belt people, that you have to live a certain lifestyle. But that's for a woman being DL. It's the same thing. The thing about it, we're just in different bodies, but we go through a lot of the same experiences. When it comes down to cisgender women and stuff like that, they get ridiculed too. A woman get ridiculed just as bad as the men get ridiculed. They are going to hide. They're going to hide. Now I'm not saying every man, I'm not saying every woman, because some women will do it, but a lot of women don't come out because they have to worry about what people are going to say. We live in a world where people look for other people's approval in order to live. And where that starts from is from mommy and daddy. Mommy and daddy said, you got to look nice before you go outside because people going to be talking about me if you don't look a certain type of way. You got to wear this outfit, you got to look like this, or they're going to be talking about me. So we as children grow up, we believe that we have to look for other people's approval in order to live our life. And unfortunately, there is nothing set in stone as far as being real people, as far as being a bird. When you're an eagle, you stand out. It means you're different than everybody else, which means you'll be ridiculed, judged, put down, and a whole lot of other things. Well, this is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. What is the thing? This is the thing. You said cisgender versus two-spirit women. Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of times mentally, the girls feel as though they should not be attacked by females. Okay. They feel as though biological women, the comparison. This is the thing. When you are stepping into womanhood, there is no discrimination. Women go against women, period. And a lot of times we feel it's so, oh, they mess on me because no, they just go against women. It's been women going to go after women. It's not about an LGBTQ people. When a woman feels a certain way, she gonna go after you. It's not about being a two-spirit woman. Um, there are women that's gonna have your back. But this the thing. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something about clock. Clock is something. Clock is something. Let me tell you something about clock. Clock is something from the LGBTQ. There are a lot of biological women out here that don't look like real women. This is something that they did. This is from the gay people did in the ballroom, and they created this whole thing. A gay man will tell a girl that she don't look like a girl. She live a life as a woman. Everybody thinks she's a woman, but in the gay scene, they'll say she's not passable. She don't look like a woman. There are a lot of biological women out here that don't look like full-blown females. But this is something they did, the gay community, because what they do is try to tear down the girls the same way the women do. They tear us down. So they don't have our back. Now I'm saying this, I'm not saying all of them, but they don't have our back. A lot of gay men has actually contributed to the girls being murdered. A lot of gay men has actually shot the girls' self-esteem down. And I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them. Because there was a gay man who outed there was a girl on Dark and Lovely Box, Tracy Africa, and a gay man outed her, and she was the first transgender act model, and she was outed by gay men. And this is what they do. Yeah, but the thing about that is, if in order somebody call you out your name or call you a man, you're the one who make confirmation. But if you admit to it, then you saying it's true. If you don't admit to it, they don't know. They just calling you out to see what you're going to say. It depends on how you handle that delivery. People call you out your name because people gonna call you out your name regardlessly. You don't have to be gay, whatever. We live in a world where people gonna talk about you. It don't matter whether you LGBTQ, straight, gay, bi. They don't care. They gonna talk about you. You could be the greatest person in the world, the nicest person in the world. They will find everything about you to shoot it down. They won't focus on how great you are. They be so busy focusing trying to find everything that's not great about you. Yeah, but the thing, okay, no disrespect, but my thing is this: is that but that's your opinion. You live your life as a gay man. You don't live your life as a two-spirit woman. So you speaking from outside the window. Yeah, but you just because you having sex with one don't make you a part of it. But see, that's your opinion. You don't get to live the life. You get the outside the talking. You don't live the. You speaking from outside the box. You don't. And no. What you have to do is maintain your position that until you put a wig on, until you get some heels on, and put an outfit on, then you tell the story because you on this side. Don't tell the story where you sitting over there. Don't tell the story. You speaking from outside the window. Just because you having sex with one don't mean that you know that what we go through. Maintain your position and stay focused on that. You have a right to your opinion, but you speaking on the story that has to do with who we are. That's not true. That's not true. My thing is this is that you don't know we go through this because you sit back and go, oh well, y'all need to do this. Y'all need, you took a lot of things we could possibly try to do. It's not true. That's on the outside looking in. I don't care what your friends tell you, but I'm telling you that every girl is different. You don't know a situation. You on the outside looking in, and a lot of girls are murdered. A lot of girls are murdered after they rebuild it. A lot of kids have been killed. They kill you on the spot. They kill you on the spot. They kill you on the spot. So, like I said, you on the outside looking in. Please maintain where you supposed to be at. You overstepping. You overstepping. Yes, because you outside looking the box until you got a wig on and some heels. Then let's hear you tell the story. Other than that, everything you said is just hearsay. No, mm-mm, mm-mm, no, no. Well, then put a heels on, put a dress on, and then tell us the story in a month. If you can't do that, then don't tell us what happened. So you could come back and tell. So you come back with your mouth busted and you got bleed coming in your face, and you say, "Well, I told him everything from the beginning, and he beat me up, he shot me, he stabbed me." So we'll hear your story then, because once you walk in the shoes, you have a storyline. But on the outside, looking in or jumping in the bed, woman, don't mean you have a storyline. You just doing no, no, no. I've done many a stories a girl told men and they got killed. I've been done tons of. I got a whole YouTube channel full of dead bodies that told their story. You saying, "Well, you ought to tell." Child, please maintain your position now. Just because you have a sex with one, don't mean that you understand what they're going through.
You're living in pain.
Is that the way this thing, man?
Tactical
But like I said, you don't understand it. Like you really don't. You don't really understand. The thing about it, you don't understand it. You're on the outside looking in, and until that part can register in your brain, everything you saying is another language because you don't get it. You don't get it, and that's fine. You're entitled to that. When you decide to buy you a wig and a dress and some heels, and you walk the 4 block a month, and then you come back and watch you beat up and stomp them in the ground, and you be like, "Well, I told them and they did this to me." We'll see what you say. We'll hear your story then. We'll hear your story until you walk in the shoes. They always say you never know what nobody going through until you walk in the shoes. Walk in their shoes. You can't jump in the bed.
And you can sit there and play a victim, but
like I said, the gay men are the reason why we get murdered. And I'm not saying all of y'all, but yeah, y'all. And you giving proof of it right now, because what you're saying is that the girls, which so you're saying to me, so what you're saying to me, that a girl has to kill her spirit, got to go out there on the street and sell her body. But I'm answering, but I'm not answering where you want. The one thing you're not going to do is over talk what you ask me. If you're going to answer the question, you answer it. Then you answer it. I can't answer because you can't tell me what I'm supposed to say. If you already got the answer, you shouldn't ask me. No, I'm not answering where you want me to answer because you don't run this world over here. You're only a student in front of me. You're never going to be a teacher to me. You're a student. You're a student. You're not a teacher. You're a student. Now, we were talking about gay stuff. I could get down. Okay, fine. I can sit down and listen to your story. But until you walk into the shoes, it's not, no. But you say responsibility for what though? I have to agree with Tommy on this one because it is about money. She's not going out there to meet no husband or boyfriend. She's trying to pay bills. She's have survival sex. She has to die in order to live. That means all the dreams, everything she wanted has to go away, and she has to put her body up for sale. Now, most time men know that the girls are out there with a prostituting, survival sex work and stuff like that. They know they may be a chance that one of the girls are not girls. Men are very aware of a lot of things when they go out there. Not saying that everything is 100% because nothing is 100%, but every girl moves differently. Every man, the Johns move differently. You never really know. But my personal things, I don't think they're out there trying to find wifey on a stroll. Now, I'm not saying you can't do it like Pretty Woman because you never know. The world is full of different people with different things. But a lot of times when it comes to survival sex, she's trying to pay bills. She's trying to eat. She's trying to find a place to live. She's trying not to get murdered. Now, as far as we giving her gender, a girl gonna do what she want to do. I can't police these girls. I also don't know the storyline of these girls. I don't. I can't come out to the stroll speaking Bible quotes when a girl is out there with a broken spirit. So and I can't sit back and say, "Well, I need to let you know what I am before I get this money." You're not gonna say that. And then when she's actually inside the car, whatever the case may be, he may come to kill her. Like it's so many things that you be prepared for when you're walking into the belly of the beast. So you're not really knowing what's happening. Some may be coming out to just hurt you. Some may you never know. Everybody is a different individual, which moves differently. Do I think the girl should tell their story before? Absolutely. I don't think no girl should lead a man on, but I do believe when she decides she want to tell him, she need to be far away from him, in her house or away. And is that the way it goes? No, because everybody moves differently. I can say 1,000 things what I think, but what I think is just what I think. What the next girl thinks is what she thinks. I don't know what she been through. I don't know whether her mother, father molest her or she been stabbed. And so her story is a different story. So wait, I may say to be fair, she may feel as though no one ever fairer to her. So why should she be fair to anybody else? And like I said, it's not like it's set in stone. Every girl moves differently. There's some girls that are submissive. There are some girls that are dominant. It's some girls you natural hair, some girl with wave. Every girl moves differently. Yes. Counsel. Um, I go live a lot of times. The thing with me, I don't try to police people on my views. I try to say what I can say. Like I have done videos saying, the right thing to do. I put it out there and stuff. Now, whether they want to take it and utilize it and say, you know what, I'm gonna listen. Some people do, but some people won't. I can't make people do what I want to do. If you know what I mean. Everybody moves differently. I could suggest or say, don't do it, but I don't know what they're going through. Because when I turn the computer off, I don't know what's happening to them. I don't know whether they're under a bridge. I don't know whether they're getting murdered. I don't know. So when, of course, of course, I just told you what it's like. I talk to a lot of people. Yeah, I'm in the forefront. A lot of people not gonna have a voice. I stand up with a voice. I have to take a lot of. When you are the one in the front line, you get a lot of abuse, and the same ones you try to help will be the same ones coming for you. So, when I say this once again, it's not every single girl. Everybody moves differently. We all have a different past. We all have a different vision. I can't make you do what I say do. I could try to talk to you, and if you don't want to hear it, you're not going to hear it. It's kind of like the thing on drugs. A person not going to get off of drugs until they decide enough is enough. Other than that, they're going to stay on it. It's their decision. But see, like I said before, you don't know what a person's went through in their past. Remember, as children growing up into adults, a lot of times we never dealt with the traumas that we have had happen to us. What we did was we grew with the traumas, and we actually tried to maneuver through life with the trauma coming with us. That's why we have triggers. That's why we kind of act up and do things to people which we shouldn't do. But it's come you doing it's so familiar from what I've been through that I'm taking it out on you, which I shouldn't do, but I don't care because I bullied somebody before and I got hurt. Once again, like I said before, every individual person has a different storyline. Like I could tell people my story, but my story not gonna matter to anyone here because it's not your story. Y'all make it say, I hear where you're coming from, but what y'all been through, I haven't been through. And when y'all can sit and I say, this is what I've been through, Raven. Okay, this is what you've been through. Now, even though I can have empathy and listen, I can't tell you what to do because you may not want to hear what to do. I have to sit and just be a listening ear sometimes. Sometimes people just want you to listen. Sometimes people don't want your advice. But every girl moves differently. Some people do, some people don't. Now we all, some of us. You can't see this is the problem I have. You can't create everybody as a whole. And I just said here, everybody on here has a different story. We all don't do the same thing. We all don't eat the same. Everybody's different. So where you may be in a place where people do that, but I'm in a place we don't do that. So we don't do that. When I see you down, my hand is down and pull you up. So we all ain't doing this thing. And the reason why I got a channel like I do is for people who are different, that don't do what everybody else do. So it's sad that you experienced that, but it's not that way 100%. I cater to people who are different, to people who not accepted. People get ridiculed. People get judged. They overweight, race, short men, everything across the board, men, DL. Everybody moves differently within my channel. When I talk to people live, I share their stories without judgment because I don't know what they've been through. Let's be real. A lot of people moving through trauma never healed. They're just moving through things that hurt you, that you think you gotten over it. You haven't. We're real people. We're not robots. We're gonna fall down, and some days we're gonna have great days. Some days we're gonna have bad days. But we're all different individuals. We don't move the same way. But this a this a funny thing, Sparkle, about two spirit women. Um, a lot of times the girls try to find a way to be passable so they could blend into the world. Um, a lot of times people trying to find a way to, they spend a lot of money, which we know, and they try to become passable so they could get jobs, housing, move forward. Now the bad part about this, the backstory, is she becomes too passable to cisgender, and I say this, I'm not talking about every single person. They get a problem with you being too passable. So now they're trying to out you to stop your money. Now you're trying to do things so you could blend in, so you don't have to do sex work, so you could get a job. And now you're doing things what society says do. And if we get that to this level, what you do is you out us. So you're trying to make our struggles even harder. I mean, everybody's different. Like I said, it's nothing set in stone. Um, it's just agreed. You're right. What that people are interested. I'm no, I said before the DL life is bigger than the LGBT. I meet more straight men than a little bit, but of course I would. I just don't date them because I don't have time to babysit a grown man. But everybody's different. They are. I just don't. I can't. Like I said before, I could talk to people, but I can't make people because I don't know what they've been through, and I could be another person trying to tell them what to do and make a trigger to them. Which I don't try to do. I try to make sure I watch my words when it comes to people because I don't know what they're going through. It's difficult, but sometimes you have to bite your tongue and sometimes you have to swallow it. Mine is it. Somebody must have clicked on something. No, I was just saying as far as like he was saying about educating the people. I said it triggers back off what I was saying when I don't know their name with the suit on. Dan, anything. Okay, like he was saying, like educate people. Like the thing is, you can't quite make people do what you want, if you know what I mean. And when people not ready to receive, when you're trying to talk to them, they're not going to listen. Because sometimes people just want to be right and they don't care. And when they get to that point, it's like, okay, I just let them win. Well, I can't let them, but I just step away. I don't argue with people or try to make people see things my way when it comes to that. Because people are gonna do what they want to do. Agreed. So true. Because they don't want to hear it, and that's why I come to a lot of times when it comes to me. And I always tell people I'm not perfect. I could be a teacher, but I love to be a student. I'm always willing to learn. A 4-year-old kid could teach me. I'm always willing. That's when I started doing my channel. My whole thing was totally different. I was making jokes, comedian. Then I started doing a girl's murder, and then I started doing a murder. I was like, okay. And then as I turned around, it became like it just coming and kept, and I was like, okay, now. So at one point, I was like, okay, is anybody else doing this? Because I need to step away from this. I'm a fun person. I like to laugh, and this channel is making me depressed. Like I don't even want to come on here. And then I kept trying to push it to somebody else, push it to somebody else. And then when at my job, there was like some girl had died. That's how they found out about me at my job. They said, I didn't know you was on YouTube. They found out they were doing the deaths. And it was like, is there other people putting videos together about these girls being murdered? And I know it's a good thing only because a lot of times people don't want to read, but they will press a button and get lay in the bed and sleep and listen to what's going on. Then go to a whole website and read the whole thing. But when they can see a face and you could just press play, they're up there. It's like seeing say. But what happened to me mentally, because I'm an empath. So when I start telling the stories, I was feeling the stories. So when I talk to people, I have to be careful of how I speak because I feel the story. And when you're telling these stories, I mean, I which woman? The no, it's difficult, and I don't like it. But I always said, you know what you want to do, but God gonna tell you what you're going to do, and that's exactly what happened. I don't like it. I always cater to people who are different, disabled, blonde, short, fat, whatever case may be, the little person. I cater to them because I feel them. Like I could feel what they went through. Now I'm not saying I could feel 100% because I can't, you know what I mean? But I have more empathy with them because a lot of things that are with their pain, which they share with me, is familiar with my own. Not saying it's 100%. To me, nothing is 100% because I'm not you. I don't know what you've been through. You know what I mean? I just try to keep my mouth shut when you're sharing your stories. But when you do, just make sure, it's a realistic one when it comes to your story, and don't be speaking on someone else's story when it's not you. That's the one thing I don't like to do. Right. Well, everybody identifies differently, Yeah, so I respect. I remember when bisexual was you like both. Now it's pansexual. Pansexual, bisexual is the same thing to me, but those are the new terms. That's a matter of me. You like it, I love it. Now, the one thing I didn't like doing was a lot of young kids committing suicide. Now, when I got on those things and the mothers hit me up, I have a soft spot in my heart for children, so it bothered me that young children were killing themselves, and the mother had to um, sit there without a child, and it bothered me because I I I raised a kid, so I know how little children are. A little child. I would be the worst, very much so, but I'm overprotective. And when you have a little children, I'll give you a story about this one story about this one lady. She had a trans son. And what happened was she had her son's back. And he and her stayed together and but what happened was she took her son to the hospital and they kept mispronouncing pronouns. And what happened was he came home and she made sure her son was okay, fixed his food, went to bed, and he went in the room and he killed himself. Now the mother's waiting at the kitchen table for her son to come out the room and they go check on him, and he's in the room dead. She did everything right. And see, this is the thing. When people could get into your head, even though the mother did everything right, and when it comes to children and adults, not all across the board, they got in his head. And she couldn't win. And unfortunately, as adults, a lot of times we do the same thing. People can get in our head. Now, when I say this, I mean all day we could get compliments, and one person say something negative. All we heard is that one negative thing. We don't focus on all the great things we heard. All we is upset about this one thing. But it's amazing that we focus. I'm not saying everybody, but we kind of hear the negative before we hear the great. So we good. I mean, we're real people. We're not perfect. I mean, we mess up. Well, I'm gonna say I mess up. I can't speak for y'all. Maybe y'all are great. Maybe y'all never mess up. Maybe no, y'all never get hiccups. I do. I know I'm not perfect, and I fall down more than most. And I appreciate anybody who wants to sit down and talk to me on different things. And I don't get it right all the time because I don't. When it comes down to um transitioning, I thought I'd be dating gay men. I didn't know how to date straight men. Men straight men don't mish. So why would I be messing with you? But even before I did what I did, I always had straight men. I didn't know that though. I was confused. I also didn't know a lot of biological women. Not all. Their first sexual experience was with their father. A lot of biological women has fathers, and when I was at work, a lot of women used to come to me and talk to me of what they went through and their traumas. Dan, never mind. He's like that way. Mentally messed up. They move. See, this is what I was saying before. We move forward, but we never heal. We learn how to make it work, and we bring in the pain with us. We're not deleting the pain. We're not divorcing the pain. We're taking it with us. And as a human being, at certain points, we're gonna have triggers. Somebody's gonna say something, and we're just gonna snap. And we shouldn't, but it's something that's looking a little familiar what I've been through, and I'm gonna take it out on you, if that makes sense. Well, okay. She's spiritually broken. She's spiritually broken because her first experience with a man that's supposed to be protecting her is on top of her. She's spiritually broken. Now mother throws her out the house because she feels as though her daughter is ruining her life. So now the daughters get thrown out on the streets, but the mother will protect the sons, but she don't protect the daughters the same way. They always say two women can't live in the same house. They always give the boy the better thing. Not all cases. I'm not saying every case. Like I keep saying it. As you notice, I said this a lot because I've done live and I always have to say not everybody, not but in many cases, a lot of mothers will protect their sons faster than they'll protect their daughters because for some reason, when it comes to the mothers, not all cases, she feels as though her son is her boyfriend, and when her son brings home a girl, the mother attacks the girl. But not in all cases. You're right, though, but not in all cases. And just like when you get it, okay. What's the matter, Tommy? You quiet. Adult conversation. I was, I was me, Raven. Because the thing I call myself Raven Wear because I like to wear different clothes. But what happened was somebody took the name, so I had to change the name. They said you can't use that. So I was like, well, what I'm going to use, I had the name before the person. And after that, I just like, what can I call myself? So I put over because I was over it. That's what it stands for. I was over it. But because I was upset because my whole thing was anyway. Yeah, because I like to wear clothes. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be about. But have fun. No, I'm not done with that. I don't do stuff like that. That's from the past. I started my page back in April the 26th, 2017. Do your family accept you, Sparkle? Okay. Mhm. Do you know? Can I say something? How could you possibly be dressed inappropriately when those times everybody wore dresses? Dresses, well, where's the pants at? They had pantsuits on. Yeah, but it's not accurate because everybody had, when Jesus, they had dresses and they had scarves around. Nobody had on pants then. They had on gowns, they had on dresses. Right. So where did the pants come in that church? Motorized. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that's not true. But the thing is, this is that, please make this make sense. I'm not going to talk about church much, but they say that Jesus died on the cross for me. Y'all ever hear that saying? Jesus, Jesus died on the cross for Jesus died on the cross for my sins. Did you ever hear that before? Okay, let me ask you this. So, I'm just hypothetically speaking. Dina, I'm gonna use you as an example. I hope you don't mind. If I come into your house and I beat you and I take sticks and stomp you, then I make you carry this wood down the street and it's a cross. And I'm whipping you, I'm crucifying you, I'm dragging you, everybody's throwing things at you, rocks and stuff. And then I take you and I nail you on the cross. Tell me, did you die for me or was you murdered? There you go. So my thing is, how did he die for your sins when you killed him? Now this is the good part. Now I'm gonna get to the real good part. I'm gonna let it go. Now they said Jesus only sent his only begotten son down to this world, and what society did to him for being different. Then not only they murdered him, they say they twisted and said he died for me for my sins. You killed him. Then, when you come time to pray, saying, Lord, help me with this. Okay, now just to say this, God forbid. But if somebody went to Dino's family and said, we need you to pray for me after we hurt your son, then your family could look like they're crazy. Pray for what? Pray for who? No. Because my thing is, right, you don't take mine and come to me and no. I mean, some people be like, oh well, God forget. I mean, those people, that's fine. But the thing is, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You kill my kid and come to me and tell, no, I'm not praying for you. I'm not doing nothing for you. Just stay away from me. That's true. That's true. But didn't, but did, well didn't God take the rib from a man and made Eve? So a man making him up. So God took a man's body and made a woman. I can't. I'm done. I've got enough to say. He took the right rib from Adam and made Eve. And then all these different races come from Adam and Eve, blacks and white. So we'll just say this, they all did. So then there was a lot of incest going on. Was everybody just having sex? Just how does everybody just come? Like you can't make this stuff up. You think? And Abel? There you go. And what do people do, Dino? People break the rules all the time, Dino. Agreed. Well, let me ask you a question. Isn't this all rumor based? The Bible is from rumor basis. Now this, excuse me. What's the matter, Tommy? Tommy, you okay? Oh, what does that mean? Yeah, yeah, but yeah, but what was a woman's garment? All it was men wore dresses and women wore gowns. No, but the men wore dresses. The men didn't wear gowns. They wore dresses, and the women wore them skirts that came above their knees, and the women had on gowns. So who is dressed like a woman? He's dressed more better than her. His skirt, he got on a skirt. She got on a full gown. Yeah, but back then, in those times, but back then the kings, those times, they was to sleep with men. They said Greeks and stuff. They all had boyfriends. Yeah, he didn't want the women. I The thing with me, I live in a different world than y'all because I don't care. I don't. I don't view my eyes through somebody else's opinion, so, and I realize that people are going to talk about you regardlessly. If you're a man and you got your own business, you sell drugs. If you're a woman, you got your own business, you're a prostitute. It's just the people just going to talk about you. It's just no escaping it. So I don't really care. I do realize that people that don't have a life is looking to see if they could take yours, and if they could pull a little bit of light from your day, they're going to try it. It's up to you to be it's up to you being in control of your reactions. And I learned that, a lot of things you don't have to see in life. You put shades on, the earphones, just move right on through. I don't really listen to people because we live in a hypocrite world. I watch people do things and sit back, and the only way you find out about them, you have to catch them. Can we honestly talk about something stupid like Halloween? You're right. I agree with you. Like, that's the thing about it. You just have to. I always tell, like, when I talk to people on my channel, be in control of your spirit. Whatever you're not supposed to look at, don't look at it. Because all these things can actually manifest within you. You have a light and you have a darkness. Find things that build that light, because the light gonna pull lightness to you, and people within light gonna come to you. But if you start filling that darkness up, you're gonna start pulling darker things, and things about you going to see dark. Everything about you is bad. It's just you made that part of your life grow, that you become right anxiety and stuff. So you have to be aware of what you pull into this world. We live in a very negative world that if you do something bad, you get rewarded, but if you do something good, it's not acknowledged. It won't be paid. That's why a lot of times people are manufacturing on building their brand off of destroying lives instead of trying to build life. Now, if you was the kind of person that was trying to build life, you're not going to get the money, the monetary value that you deserve. Not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, yes. That's why a lot of children are picking up this, and they're taking this narratives, and they're taking it too far. Because when you get to killing each other, you want way too far. Or do like they used to do, bring your bottle in your bag. Yeah, we're in a pandemic. I'm over men. I'm over it. I'm just waiting for the Lord to send for me. I'm good. I can't babysit men. I can't babysit them. I can't. They beat all the love out of me. Uh-oh. Which one? The what? The what? I missed it. The what? Oh, yeah, they did. I mean, because with me, well, well, thank you. But the thing is, like, I've never been the kind of person that need a man to take care of me. Unfortunately, I used to take care of a lot of men. But the thing is that I always felt like once I find somebody, I got your back. If you don't got it, I got it. If I got $5, you take four, I'll make do with one. And I realized that they saw it as stupid. And it's sad because you hear men talking about all they do is they want your money and stuff like that. But then when you put them on their feet, they leave. And what they do is, and maybe I was dumb or clearly I was, I don't know. But the thing is, I always felt like I was looking for somebody who wanted to make our money pregnant. And we could grow and take trips and unfortunately a lot of times they had to deal with their sexuality. They had to get permission from society. They didn't know how to deal with this. And it's like you do I'm like, you do know you're talking about me now. Well, I don't know what they're gonna say about me but you do know you're here with me now. So what they say about me, they be saying, well, I'm sneaking, so they go find out. So it's like it's not for me, it's not because some girls get the pass, some girls get the everything. With me, I can't. I can't. It's just mentally exhausting. And I can't make a man be a man. I always feel like a man, in my opinion, should be the one in charge. Like he shouldn't let other people dictate what makes him happy. That's your dress you got on? Did you did everybody leave? Oh, that's so shady. I thought they left. I was like, okay, well, it's over. Let me get out of here. I was like, let me go. Yes, I appreciate y'all. Um, no, I don't smoke. You know what that means, D Rock? You ever see the people? You ever see people on the streets going crazy? That's laced. Yeah, they be going crazy. They don't know. It's like run up the street. Yeah, but it's laced because they unfortunately but unfortunately, you know, a lot of people been dying from this stuff. They be leaning and don't fall. They call it Tina. It's Tina. I really don't know too much about drugs, y'all. I'm sorry. This is something I'm not going to front. I don't. When I worked in New York at this spot, I didn't even know black people did cocaine. I was shocked. I thought they just smoked weed, and I was like, "Oh, y'all do coke too." I stay to myself, so I really don't know a lot that's going on. So when I'm around interactive people, it's always a very interesting experience. Why did you ask January Flowers? Why didn't she come on here? I used to, I used, I used to run a drag king show in Sayville, New Jersey. This is where, this is where all the cisgender women, biological, dresses men, and I used to run it every Thursday. It was packed. It was so big. It was I had the Coliseum, and I had it really packed. But unfortunately, the owner gave me a night that wasn't. No one was right. No one was there. So it was on. I think it was Wednesday, and I got it packed. The place was packed. And then what the owner did, they started booking artists to come in on my night, and my people was waiting to perform. So they, no, my people started leaving, and then after they couldn't perform, the owner was like, "Well, we have to stop the night because no one is showing up." I wonder why, but it. But you know, it's sad because we're talking about a coliseum. That's how packed I had it. And the thing is, like, you couldn't even walk. And unfortunately, you can't say much because it's theirs, if you know what I mean. So you would like, yo, you gotta watch your words with them. You can't say what you like. What did you know? So you have to, your delivery has to be so positive. And it was like, but then it was like, but this is mine. So what's down here? That's where Coliseum was at, off of Sayreville, New Jersey, right there by the movie theater. Yeah, I didn't. I'm over it. I'm not, the thing about it is, it takes a lot to get people to come in, and when you can finally get the crowd up, it's a lot of work. It's not easy, but then you get the right. Well, everybody started leaving, so and then they lost the place. Yeah, me too. I mean, I didn't want to be mean to him, but I no, I didn't mean to. But I just don't like when people say, "Well, y'all need to do this, y'all need to do that," when I know we done it and we were murdered for it. So when you right, and I don't know if you let people walk up to you, Sparkle, like do you like guys, because guys hit on me a lot, and I ignore them. They call me all kinds of names. I'm a stuck up bitch, but it's fine. I don't care. But my thing is this: I'm not exactly what you're looking for, and I'm not trying to find it if you know. I don't care. Because if I do mess with him, I have to babysit him. I'm not babysitting a grown man. But what's really weird, short men will fight for you, but tall men won't. A short man will fight for you. Like if somebody coming your way, he will fight. A tall man won't. No, I noticed that with a lot of short men, like they got your back. And it's funny, I guess like the David Goliath thing, but within me, even though I started dating them, but then they just is messed up. They're just short. It's still a man. It is what it is. Sometimes but hey, we're all different. I just been losing. So I just say, y'all want me to go completely? You won. I'm out. So I was like, I'm going. I, I don't mind height. Those things never bother me. I just try to deal with people how they treat me. But but the short ones are just as mean as the tall ones. And I'm saying all of them, not all short men. I always got to keep saying that. I'm so used to saying that. You have to say because you're like, oh, you said no, not every single person, because everyone is different. There you go. Oh, it's a lot of them that think they're cute. Well, how tall are you, Sparkle? How tall are you, Sparkle? Oh, you short. Yes, you are. Okay, got it. I'm 6 feet. You got jokes. There's only one Wendy. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna take it right off and throw it on the bed when I get them days are over trying to be beautiful. Forget that mess. Yeah. I agree. I've done it before. I get guys compliments, and I knew damn well they wasn't cute, and they still dogged me out. Didn't matter. They didn't discriminate. I was like, this is stuff to mess with your self-esteem. When the ugly ones hurt you, like, well, damn. But you know what I noticed? A lot of guys are saying they're tired of these girls contouring their face because when they take all the makeup off, it's like, who the hell is you? Girl, I'm not talking about stuff like that. Okay. You can still do it and still love yourself, but you know. Who is that? Okay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What you thinking, Dino? You quiet. What you thinking? Yes, Dino, you. Oh, okay. I know. I'm about to leave to y'all because it's almost what? Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Good night, y'all, too. Thank you for having me, Tommy. Dean. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Dino. And good talking to you, Sparkle. I love you more. Was you the one that invited me in the DM, Sparkle? Okay, got it. Got it. Okay. Mhm. Got it, Mama. I love you too. Have a good night. Who you talking to? On me? Oh, you was real quiet, Dino. Danny. Oh, okay. Well, I can't even figure it out either half the time myself. Right, right. Welcome back, Tommy. Thank you for inviting me. I guess again, I'm about to go. Yeah, you just coming back. You was washing dishes. I'm not mad at you. But thank you for inviting me. Thank you. Grand for you too. Same to you. All right. It's um yes, let me say something. I guess I'm pulling up too many things. Oops. I pulled it. Guess I better go back. Did I leave? Oops. I guess I left. Oops. I left. Anyway, y'all still here. Thank y'all for coming on that. I don't know what happened. Okay. Just look off of here. I'm on my haps. Okay, y'all. Hopefully y'all had a good little chat here on the haps and stuff as well. Oh, God, help me, Jesus. This has been a very interesting live. I didn't think about a lot. But I'm gonna sign off of Haps. I'm going on the YouTube. So thank everybody on Haps. Talk to you later. In the podcast.